with that beard back there. I'm here tonight to talk a little bit about downtown Rotary, the Rotary Club of Omaha. I like to use one word to describe our club, and that word is leadership. Our membership is made up of established leaders, emerging leaders, and we're striving to develop leaders through programs such as our 8th grade honor roll, where we honor 400 outstanding 8th graders from across the metro each year. Rotary International is the world's largest service organization with over 1.2 million members around the globe. Our most aggressive project is in partnership with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, working to eradicate polio from the face of the earth by 2018. The goal is obtainable with the virus only remaining endemic in the countries of Pakistan and Afghanistan. Nigeria has gone over 1 year without a case of polio and will drop off that list very soon if there are no additional cases identified. The Rotary Club of Omaha, Downtown Rotary, is much more than a lunch meeting every Wednesday with a dynamic speaker. It's an organization that we are committed to improving the communities in which we live, work, and play. We participate in many service projects throughout the year, such as placing the 9/11 flags at Memorial Park. We support projects for the disabled, host and sponsor Rotary Youth Exchange students, and our club foundation provides grants to local nonprofits in the categories of seniors, veterans, and education. As mentioned previously, 19 years ago, 2 of our club members, the late Bob Mancuso and Jim Murphy, who's in attendance tonight, started the Rotary tradition of honoring a previous winner each year with an authentic Outland trophy. Outland winners from 1946 through 1989 did not actually receive a trophy back then. It is now my distinct honor, on behalf of the Rotary Club of Omaha, to present Randy White from the University of Maryland with his 1974 Outland Trophy. Randy?
Got to talk? Okay. Well, I tell you, it really is an honor. It was an honor when I got that award back in 1974, and to actually come to a function rather than just get a phone call is really exciting. And I'm glad to be here. Y'all have been wonderful while I'm here. Congratulate all the award winners up here. Josh, they asked me earlier, did I have any advice for Josh? Because we're in similar situation. I was defense, but he was offense in going to the pro level. And I said, well, I can tell you a story. When I was a kid, I always liked Ryne. Was a middle linebacker for the Green Bay Packers. So I'm a senior in college. I go to the Columbus Touchdown Club. And I see Ryne's name on the paper. I asked the guy that was showing me around, I said, hey, is there any way I can meet Ryne? He said, sure, I'll take you down and meet him right now, Randy. They take me downstairs of the Touchdown Club, and there's Bobby Lane, Art Donovan, and Ryne sitting there at the bar. Well, Ryne, I had said in the paper, because Dallas wanted me to be a middle linebacker, so I had said I was always like Ryne. So Niski had read that article. So he comes, he says, hey, kid, he says, come over here and sit down. He says, I got some advice for you when you go to that Dallas team. That's the way he talked. He didn't talk till he growled at you. He said, when you get to that Dallas team, don't make any friends. He says, you knock the crap out of everybody you come up against, you'll have all the friends you need. Pretty good advice, really was. Pretty good advice. I got one more story. Since I'm here in Nebraska, Coach Osborne, one of his former players, a guy named John Dutton, a great football player, #1 draft choice for the Baltimore Colts, ended up coming to the Dallas Cowboys. And John bought a house, 2 houses from mine, so he and I got to be really good friends. But when he first got there, you know, I would always be hunting or fishing on my day off. I'd always go. You know, I didn't know John that well when he first got there, and he came up to me one day. He said, Randy, he says, next time you go hunting, he says, I really like to hunt. I said, sure, John. So I called a friend of mine up down in South Texas where they have a fenced-in ranch, great hunting, and we drove down there on our day off. So we pull up on the ranch, and John is in the truck getting things ready. I go to the house to let my friend know we're there, and he says, Randy, he says, you know, John, I've always been a big fan of John's. I like Nebraska. He says, at lunchtime, come in and I'll have lunch for you, and we'll have, I really like to meet John. I'm really glad he's coming. And I said, sure, we'll do that. And I turned around, I was walking back to the truck, and he says, Randy, is there one thing before you go? I said, what's that? He said, when you pulled in the ranch, did you see that old mule out there in the pasture? I said, yeah, I saw him. He said, well, he's old, he's suffering. Could you put him down for me? He said, I can't bring myself to put him down, but he's suffering out there. Could you bring him down for me, put him down for me? I said, sure, I'll do it. I'm walking back and I think, hey, I'm gonna play a joke on Dutton. So I get this mad look on my face and I trounce back to the car and I go, Dutton, we can't hunt here today. I said, this guy don't like you. I said, I didn't know it. I said, he don't like you. He wish you never came to the Cowboys. He didn't like the University of Nebraska. I said, we really can't hunt. I get in the truck, I'm zooming down the road. I catch that mule out of the corner of my eye. I look over at John, I go, hey, I'll get this guy. Slam on the truck, get the rifle, boom, I shoot that mule right between the eyes. I hear this bam, 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 and here comes Dutton around the other side of the truck. He says, hurry up and get out of here, Randy. I got 3 of his cows. Not a true story. Anyway, it's really been a pleasure to be here, accept this award. Y'all do some wonderful things here. I'm glad I was able to be a part of it, and continued success from now on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Randy. It's great to have him in Omaha. And now hope you got a spot for that trophy somewhere in your house. Time now to honor the 70th winner of the Outland Trophy. Take a look.
That is a large human by the name of Joshua Garnett.
Keeping an eye on Garnett tonight. Big guard, is a good finisher, he plays nasty, and he will finish people and put them on the ground. Very strong at the point of attack.
I tell you what, if you're a linebacker and you see 330-pound Josh Garnett coming straight at you, that's not a good feeling. Some think he might be the best guard in college football, Joshua Garnett.
Watch him get out in front and get the block. But first look at that. That is a big man out front.
The 70th winner of the Outland Trophy, Joshua Garnett from Stanford. Congratulations.
Joshua Garnett is the first Stanford player to win the award. He is also the first Pac-12 player to win the Outland Trophy since 2002.
To win this award and bring it to the Tunnel Workers Union and the offensive line of Stanford just means so much to me.
Congratulations very much. Joshua Garnett, Stanford Outland Trophy winner.
We're not only thrilled to have Joshua here with us tonight, but we are delighted to have head football coach David Shaw from the Stanford Cardinal. Coach, come on up.
Thank you. I just want to say a few thank yous. First of all, thank you to everyone here for your hospitality. It's been phenomenal. Thank you for all the people that do so much for the Outland Trophy. A couple specific thank yous. Thank you to Scott Garnett, Joshua's father. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for lending your son to us for 4 years and working with him has been phenomenal. Thank you to my offensive line coach and offense coordinator, Mike Bloomgren. Coach Bloom and I, you recruit a guy that's the best guard in the nation coming out of high school, the best one we had seen. We were so excited. We knew there was a lot of work to be done, but thank you, Coach Bloom, for all the work that you did with Joshua, helping the best guard in the nation coming out of high school to being the best guard in the nation coming out of college. Phenomenal work by you. Last thank you, of course, is to Joshua. Josh has been through a lot with his football team, and it's been special to watch you become a team captain, to be a leader. In the last year, we've had a couple of different conversations about leadership, and to watch Joshua really blossom. As a team, we lost the first game of the year to Northwestern. It was a tough, hard-fought loss. Our seniors really stepped up after that, especially Joshua, just being the point of confidence. The physical nature of our football team starts up front, and on our team this year, it started with Joshua Garnett. All of our guys, when they come in our locker room, the first two things they see, to the right is a picture of our front seven, and to the left is a picture of the offensive line. Just as a reminder that the football game starts up front. And this year, Joshua truly led us. Yes, we had a phenomenal running back and a fifth-year senior quarterback, but the big fellas up front, they set the tempo for the game, they set the attitude for the game, and Joshua was phenomenal all year. So congratulations to your 2015 Outland Trophy winner, Joshua Garnett.
Got a few quick words for you guys. First off, I'd like to thank the Football Writers Association of America, the Greater Omaha Sports Committee, the Rotary Club, and all the other sponsors for putting on this great event. I'd also like to thank you guys all for coming out here and celebrating this special night with not only myself, but everyone else up here. So I'd like to give a round of applause for everybody. I'd like to thank my family who couldn't be here, and I'd like to thank my father, Scott Garnett. It's been a long journey for us. I have a funny story for you guys. So growing up in Washington State, there was a weight limit on Little League football, and as you can tell right now, I didn't quite see that weight limit too well. So what myself and my dad had to do was drive about 45 minutes every day to a neighboring town and play football with those guys, and I'd really like to thank him for what he's done for me and the journey we've had so far. In high school, we'd always go and lift weights, and I'd always laugh at him because he'd be doing his tricep press, just watching me work out and exercise all the time, which I thought was really funny. I'd like to thank Coach Shaw for giving me the opportunity to not only come to Stanford and grow as a man and grow as a football player, but be able to pursue my academic interests. So for that, I can't thank you enough. Coach Bloomgren, I got to thank Coach Bloomgren. So I also have another story for you guys. So David DeCastro in 2009 was another Stanford offensive lineman who was a finalist for the Outland Trophy. And Unfortunately, he couldn't win it. But that night, Coach Bloomgren gave me a call and said, Josh, you know what? You're gonna win this trophy one day. And I'm thinking, wow, this guy's a good recruiter. I'm coming to Stanford. But for 5 years later, and for everything we've gone through on the offensive line, and to be here and stand in front of you, Coach Bloomgren, I appreciate everything you've done for me, helping me grow as a football player and as a man. I'll be remiss if I didn't say I was humbled to be an Outland Trophy winner with guys such as Joe Thomas, Will Shields, Randy White, Brandon Scherf, and all the other guys that are in attendance tonight. Honestly, winning the Outland is the biggest honor of my whole entire life, and I'd like to kind of end this speech with telling you guys why. As the guys in the audience who have won the award can tell you, that the Outland isn't an individual award. It's an offensive line award. It's a team award. As anyone can tell you who plays offensive line, it's a team position. I like to think of offensive line as a chain when there's 5 links on that chain. And if any one of those links break, the offensive line can't be successful. If the coaching isn't there, if the players aren't there, and the camaraderie isn't there, none of us can be successful. So not only have I won this Outland Trophy for myself, my family, and my coaches, but I won it for the Stanford offensive line as a whole. I'd like to thank you.